Hello guys, Sarthak Pandey here, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can make this grass effect using TyFlow. The specialty about this thing is like this is really fast. You can like just grow millions of grasses and it will be just real time. Alright, so I'll just delete everything and I'll set this everything from the scratch. Okay, so I'll add my TyFlow icon. Uh, Go to my settings. Okay. So what we want is like we want to generate some grass particles. So I'll take a path operator and I'll just yeah I'll just grow them on the first frame like 2000 particles. Uh, on I'll take a position object and choose this box. Okay. So right now it's just it has generated all over the surface. So what we want is like we just want it on this surface. So we can go ahead and change our location to selected faces. So it will only grow on these the face that we have selected. All right. So we will add a shape operator. In this shape operator, if you go into 3D options, there's a grass, clump, short or long. So we will choose grass long and set this to geometry. And if you right now it's very small, so you can go ahead and change the scale to like let's say 1000. Okay, and we will change the right now there are 2000 particles, 2000 grass, and if you change it to like 20,000, see again it's just real time. Okay, so right now nothing is happening obviously because there's no particle system going on, there's no dynamic. So what we'll do is like we will add a wobble operator. uh, and like what we need to do is like if right now you can see it has created these geometries. We don't want that. Okay, so I'll tell you like what it's doing. Okay, so let me first explain you what it does. Okay, so like let's say these are your grass, and what it does is like I mean not just grass. If you like make a plant or you make whatever, it will generate some particles on just on the tip of your object. Like not just tip, you can like even change the like where it has to put those particles, like it could be on the top or like even at the bottom, but that won't make any sense. So what happens is like this is the collision object, and when it's going to collide with these particles, they are going to wobble around. Like it will go in this way and then it's going to this way. So these are child of this parent, and what happens is like when this child moves around, this parent is going to follow its trajectory. So what's happening is like we are just faking a kind of collision behavior, but there is no collision going on. I mean there is collision going on, but just between this collision object and this particle. And what we are getting in turn is like a whole geometry which is like being swirling around like a grass, and we get our desired effect. Okay, so what we need to do is like we need to add a new display node. So we can just hide this wobble operator. Okay, so if I change this to dots, you will see it has created some dots over here. And like in this wobble operator, you can just tell where it has to grow. So if you increase the scale, it's going to offset the position of those particles. So we will just put it at like right on the tip. Okay, so now we can go ahead and hide this. Again, nothing is happening because we haven't assigned any collision. So we will add a collision by drag and dropping this operator, and we will pick this sphere. So now you will see our sphere is going to collide with our grass, and it's real time, believe me. Like when you'll try it, like just grow it on like on a big ground and you'll see the power of it. Okay, so in the wobble, like you have these options like stiffness and decay. Like what stiffness says is like if you decrease it, it's going to wobble more obviously. And what this decay means, like how fast that wobble thing is going to decay. So if I change it to 1, it's just going to die. I mean, it, you know, just it just like you can have, you if you want this effect, like there's a car going on a field and these grass, you know, they broke down break down due to that, uh, due to the tires. Like you can even change the variation, like so some of them are going to break and some of them, like they won't break, they are just going to bend. And like this is everything that you can do. You cannot do anything else with this operator, because it's being made by keeping one thing in mind, like this has to be real fast. And to in order to make it really fast, what Tyson did is, like, he came up with this cool way. And so we, like TyFlow is not storing any data about this particle, so you cannot do any property test or anything like that. Maybe there is a workaround, but I don't think so. Like it's like usual way of doing things. Like maybe you can cheat or do something, but I don't think it's going to work, because otherwise there's no point of making this. You can use this particle operators and particle winds, and they are slow. I mean, when it comes to making so much of grass and all. So like just change it to point 0.2 or something and stiffness, and you will see it's going to react with a ball or whatever. So if I just go ahead and close this, I mean turn off this collision, and if I add a force operator, so now we what we want is, like, we want to make some wind and all. So in the x-axis I'll add a wind, and I'll add some turbulence, give it some strength and some frequency and some really high scale. Okay, so you'll see now it's going to swirl around. Okay, I'll just go ahead and turn off my decay, and maybe the scale is way too high. Okay, I'll just color them green so they'll look more like grass. Okay, so you'll see. Crazy wind. Okay, so that's it. I just wanted to, like, you can you can use this in case of, like, there are animals running in the, like this effect is not just limited to grass. You can even use this for plants. Like there are animals running in a field and they are just hitting those plants, and they are just bending and doing all those things. So I think that's all for this video, for this tutorial. And make sure you subscribe my channel, and you can go ahead and watch more tutorials on TyFlow and more tutorials that I'm going to post about different softwares. Thank you.